Hello, everybody. This is Krista Barker, Psychic Soul Senses. All right, so I want to talk about energy. We're going to go with psychology today. Okay, we're going to talk about the consciousness code, sound, frequency, and synchronicity, and how they are connected. Okay, so I have been seeing a lot of people on my Facebook groups. I'm in a lot of groups for like frequency and vibration and the Schumann resonance and so on. We talk about this, and everybody's been talking about seeing angel numbers. Everybody. 444, 333, 1234, 1212, 1111. 1111 is my favorite. It is the doors to perception. And I got my perception busted wide open with someone that had the birthday 1111. And so it totally changed my life. We're going to read it. We're going to talk about it. So I hope everybody enjoys and thank you for being here. And please like, share, and subscribe if this is something you're interested into. And let's get into it. All right. I don't know if I will glitch in the corner over here. I hope I don't. So I'm probably going to read it from my phone to make sure. The Conscious Code, Sound Frequency and Synchronicity. It's by Bernard D. Beatman, MD. This is Psychology Today. Synchronicity. It was updated January the 5th, 2024. Frequency is the number of repeats of a sound wave. It evokes an immediate subconscious emotional response. So when you feel the energy, the response you get from it, the feeling, the tingling, the rush. Rhythm, the carrier of frequency, is embedded in physiological process, social, sensory inputs. I'll scroll this up for you guys. Entertainment is a rhythm that mirrors the rhythm of an oscillating body to synchronize with another system. This is what Upchurch was talking about in his video. This is what he was talking about. I think I was going to show the video. That's why I paused it, but I was going to show the video. He drew a diagram of what it's like for when people sync up. We sync up based on the positive, uh, what based on our base energy. So if our base energy is kind of negative, we're going to sync up to the negative part of a person, and then we start to balance out each other. We start to be a negative balance of each other, positive and positive. And he was explaining how we all sync. It's an interesting video. You should go watch it. I'll try to put the link in the bottom. He says electricians would understand, and it makes sense because our negative is up here, which the reason the negative is up here is because the negative port is where the energy flows from. The positive is the connect. So it's weird, I know, but it makes sense because above us is where our consciousness is. It's outside of us, so it would be, I don't know. I don't know. Sound frequency and entertainment could be forms of nature by which to investigate synchronicity. So that's our tools. So frequency is a number of repeats. Rhythm is the carrier of frequency. Entertainment is rhythm that mirrors the rhythm of the oscillating body. Sound frequency and entertainment can be forms of nature by which to investigate synchronicity. Now, let's go. So far, so good. Since the beginning of human civilization, history has shown a correlation between sound and cognitive, mental, and physical wellness. In most experiences, sound is part of a larger context. In terms of physics, a sound is composed of a waveform called frequency expressed in hertz, Hz, hertz. A standard international measurement. Although frequency is used as a measurement in electromagnetic radiation, computing, and other electrical technologies for sound, 1 hertz is equal to 1 completed cycle per second, or the number of times a sound wave repeats itself in 1 second. Okay, so I learned that in our astrology chart, say I'm right here, and Mars is some whatever degrees away from my sign when I was born, and it affects me a lot, right? So whenever Mars passes Earth, it puts off a frequency that hits our frequency that surrounds Earth, and it bounces the protons, neutrons, electrons, etc., right? It may not be, I may not be exact, but I know it's protons and neutrons it bounces. What I'm saying may not be exact as which one helps us evolve, changes our body, right? So then if you get that repeating, that's how evolution, because it explains in here that this is connected to evolution. This is so interesting. Don't want to throw anybody off. I'm sorry. Let's get back. I'll shut up. But that kind of helps understand, right? Although frequency is used as a measurement in electromagnetic radiation computing, okay, let's see, equal to a complete cycle per second, or the number of times a sound wave repeats itself in 1 second. Frequency is an overlap of vibration and synchronization in the fields of neuroscience, biochemistry, physics, and sonics. When an object is in motion, its oscillating movement is a vibration. Like that's some of the spin in our body. Frequency is a measure of how many times per second that motion repeats. For instance, when a harp string is plucked, the A above middle C musical note, its vibrating movement emits a frequency of 440 hertz. The musical note vibrates at a frequency of 440 hertz or 440 regular back and forths per second. Ooh, frequency elicits an immediate response in humans, 30 milliseconds faster than visuals. Yes, so you feel it before you see it, and it sets the tone for the emotional state of the experience. Ooh. The conductive behavior for frequency is evident in the language of brainwaves. Oh, wow. So there are 5 widely recognized brainwave states characterized by their frequency bands. We should all know these. It's gamma, 35 hertz concentration, beta, 12 to 35 hertz, which is busy, active mind, Alpha, 8 to 12 hertz, which is reflective, restful. Theta, which is 4 to 8 hertz, deeply relaxed, dreamy. Delta, 5 to 4 hertz, unconscious. Now, I want to pause this for a second and just say the thought that comes through my mind is no wonder they want to keep us in fear and anxiety, and school kids are constantly bombarded with, like, okay, instead of having 10 new words for the week for a first grader, they get 30 new words for the week for a first grader. And then if they don't know them and read them and repeat them by Friday, they're failing. It seems like the system is set up to fail us. And I think it's done on purpose so that we don't get to be in the right states of mind, right? Anybody pay attention to the Schumann resonance and what it does? Okay, so psychology and frequency. A 900 adult study performed by scientist decision and made music studio found that subconscious emotional appeal of sound is 86% correlated with our conscious desire to engage with and experience or avoid it. The experiment quantified the impact of sound on people's subconscious emotional response as it relates to a variety of experiences. Using a refined computerized technique called implicit association testing, IAT. There we go. Measures right here the stretch of an individual's associations between concepts and emotions in this particular study using sound frequency as the variable. The experiment evaluated 20 short-term sounds on an emotional appeal and respondents' desire to engage or avoid an experience associated with them. The subset consisted of 10 naturally occurring sounds and 10 designed sounds associated intentionally with a product or brand. Cool. Home security keypad alert. It compelled visual cues and response time, prompting participants to acutely short emotions, primed by a short sound clip. The results suggested a method to explore conscious desire, experience that we seek out, and introduce a fascinating synchronicity. The most unpleasant sound tested was a pained scream, and a baby laughter was the most pleasant. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. We all know babies are the best. The study found that the subconscious emotional appeal of a sound is highly correlated with our conscious desire to engage with an experience or avoid it. The synchronization between emotional valence and sound introduces the physics concept of entertainment, like gravity. Entertainment and synchronization of the two more rhythmic cycles exists everywhere around us all the time. Entertainment, although the aforementioned study examines the emotional correlations to sound frequency. The experience of an emotion generally accompanies a physiological or behavior change in the body and state of being. See, thoughts change your body in the way that you feel, your overall frequency. Clinical research demonstrates the positive effects of low frequency with no hemodynamic, neurological, or musculoskeletal system using rhythmic sensory stimulation. Rhythmic sensory stimulation is broadly conceived as entertainment. Oh, I got a cramp in my leg, guys. Entertainment is an organic rhythm that mirrors the rhythm of the stimuli in nature. A maple leaf will fly the same speed as the wind gusts. A stick will float as fast or slow as the river's current. In moon cycle synchronization, women spend a lot of time together menstruate at the same time. In sound healing, the brainwave frequencies locks into phase with an oscillating sound frequency from the use of instruments to vibrate in a calmer, harmonic state. Uh, so then I just thought about too when the planet's gone by us and it goes from the positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, and it's hitting our energy field going positive, negative, positive. You see, when the brainwave entertainment elicits the relaxation response, the body's metabolism and circulation slows down, lowering the heart rate, pulse rate, the blood pressure, and can even lead to a drop in body temperature. This physiological phenomenon is not the only basis of including deep relaxation, enhanced focus, trance, reflection, and sleep, but also introduces a broader conversation about the heart of the connection between the science of consciousness and synchronicity. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I like that channel. Uh, I was on blood pressure pills when I was younger. My blood pressure would go up. I had to, I was on birth control. It would go up. Had to go off of it. It'd go down. Go up, go down. Finally, one day, I decided I'm going to stop stressing about stuff and worrying about stuff. And my blood pressure was so low, I walked 3 or 4 blocks to my doctor that day and sat there and was called in really quick. I was shocked. My blood pressure was so low, she thought I was taking a nap somewhere. I was like, no. And I just smoked a cigarette too. So I had to go off that blood pressure pill. When I tell people that story, everybody is shocked, but it does work that way. Mind over matter. Mind over matter. To explore the waves of synchronicity through entertainment and meditative practices, it is important to consider meditation as it relates not only to business education and self help cultures in the West, but also as a system of rhythmic vibration on neurobiological development of the brain. You can imagine, just imagine, a certain light pulsating through here and you'll feel it. Ooh, I just shot gold through my body. It felt so good. That's a new one. I've never done that before. All my spiritual people, write that down. Whoa, that felt good. A search on the word meditation on PubMed yields nearly 10,000 articles. One study revealed the brain's activation during focused attention, open monitoring, and self transcending meditations by distinct EEG patterns. Another study estimated that the brains of meditators at the age of 50 are 7.5 years younger than those of controls. Ooh, boom. Therefore, it is evident that the effects of entertainment or the ability of the oscillating body to synchronize with another system in a meditative practice directly affect the brain patterns, consciousness, mindfulness, and awareness. You can meditate with your partner. You can send energy back and forth from each other. You can do it with your friends. We do it. We do it automatically, anyways. Given their omnipresence, present and ambiguous nature, rhythms are embedded in the physiological process, social interactions, and sensory inputs. Synchronicity is a rhythm, organic form of nature. So therefore, you're probably being programmed by source or creator or God, whatever. Every time you see a 222, figure out what the angel number is and remember what you were thinking. Write it down. What you were thinking when you seen the number, the feeling that you got. Was it good? Was it bad? If you get a bad feeling, process it out, send it out, pull good back in. Similar to any vibrating system, synchronicity is characterized by rhythmic stimulation. In the next article, synchronicity will be examined through the lens of consciousness awareness and the neurobiology of meditation as it relates to sonics and entertainment in order to coalesce the recognition of rhythm patterns in nature. We will read the next article in the next video. So, what do you think? Well, I think that was pretty good, but I think I might want to show you up church.
Sayings that don't make sense to a lot of people. It does make sense to some people. So some people are already working on their batteries and are aware of their battery or brain's function. So they are more open to what other people are saying, but they're also better at filtering out the bullshit. They have a screen almost of understanding that protects them from putting stuff inside their brain that doesn't serve them a purpose for their well-being. Now, their brain, and when you're at peace with yourself, the current is running back and forth in a racetrack pattern, keeping your brain charged and keeping your life good. Now, how could I alter your battery to change the look on your face? Well, I'd have to make you believe that, hey man, your current's wrong, man. But someone who knows their current and they're like, no, it's right, they don't talk to that person no more. They cut the current off because they were like, man, that vibe didn't feel right. It made your current uneven. Your brain battery, it made it have too much juice or it was sucking too much out. And they were like, I'm good on that, goodbye. And their battery or brain went back to the same racetrack pattern. Okay, so
All right, so there you go. I will put the links to his video in this. That was just a couple of clips. I appreciate what he's doing. That's very awesome explanation. You guys should go watch it. And be the reason someone believes in good people. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.